Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the greatest recordings ever. And today, we're going back to the wonderful world of film, where I have sort of a selection of classic film scores. It's in a list somewhere that I've done too, that I've talked about before, but this is one that definitely deserves to be in this series of the greatest recordings ever. It's Planet of the Apes, Jerry Goldsmith's amazing score. It's also actually this particular Varèse Sarabande recording, which is the original cast recording, also includes, music from Escape from Planet of the Apes, which Jerry Goldsmith also did. It has a sweet 16 minutes long, rather nifty. Now, why is the Planet of the Apes one of the greatest recordings ever? Well, as with so many, movies in the relationship between film and music, let's put it that way, there are a lot of films that would never have been as good as they are without a great score, because the premise may be rather silly, the acting cheesy. Well, this was not any of those things. I mean, the premise is silly, but the acting wasn't cheesy. It was a good movie, a good, exciting, pulse-pounding sci-fi thriller. It really was. But when you think about it, and you think about the place of the music in the film, and the kind of music that Goldsmith wrote, you begin to realize just how essential it was. And I'll tell you why. Because, first of all, the score is famous for being the first 12-tone or atonal film score, one of the first. I mean, it's rigorously so, almost throughout. It is absolutely alien music. 12-tone music tends to sound rather alien to most of us, doesn't it? But the use of that style, the atonal style of composing, and using all kinds of strange percussion and other things to make the music have a brutal alien and otherworldly character, and a brutal character, of course, because you're dealing with apes, who are not known for their subtlety or their toe-tapping, waltz-like character. It really suited the nature of the film. But when you think about it, remember, the wonderful thing about Planet of the Apes is that you go through this whole movie where these astronauts are on this planet and the apes are running things, and humans are primitive and they can't speak, and so it's a big deal because they can't speak, and they lobotomize his buddy, and it's really gripping and kind of horrifying. And then, of course, there's the shock ending. And the shock ending is, once they escape from, apitude, or whatever they are, they go riding along the beach and they take a look up. It's Charlton Heston and his girlfriend there. And what they see, buried up to its neck is the Statue of Liberty. And they realize that the Planet of the Apes is somehow the planet Earth after nuclear Armageddon. And, humanity has done this to itself, and the apes have taken over. And it's just, it's a wonderful, wonderful, challenging ending. But you have to get to that ending without having the whole plot given away beforehand. Because when you think about it, if you have time to think about it, you realize right away that, first of all, apes are apes. I mean, they live here on this planet with humans. Humans are humans. They live on this planet. The idea that these astronauts have landed on another planet as opposed to pass through some kind of time warp or some other thing has happened to them, but that they've gone to another planet in the galaxy where you've got people and apes and, all the normal accoutrement of life on planet Earth, although in a more primitive form, but it's guns and it's surgical equipment and things like that. And they have rather normal names, actually, the apes, right? They're Caesar and whatever they are, but they have human names. Where are they going to find that stuff? In another planet in the galaxy? Or it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It really doesn't, unless they're still on Earth. And so, part of the genius, I maintained, of Jerry Goldsmith's score is that it preserves that sense of otherness, of alien, foreign, strangeness. It prevents us from understanding, rather too soon, where they are. It's just amazing how the film score transports us to this completely different landscape. It's just a work of extraordinary genius on Jerry Goldsmith's part. How much of that they consciously thought of, I have no idea. But I gather that they were probably pretty careful in how they thought about the role of the music in defining the atmosphere of the film. And this score was just an incredible work of genius. And, Jerry Goldsmith conducted it here fabulously, and it's very well recorded, and it's amazing. It's a landmark. It shows you just what the right kind of music can do to enhance the drama on screen. I mean, in the most amazing kind of way. So that's why I believe this is one of the greatest recordings ever. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.